Okay, so the basic question that I ran into and got really defensive about my answer
Okay.
was, I don't know what prompted this question from some forum poster guy, but who would win in a hot dog eating contest? Kirby, Pac-Man, or Yoshi?
Okay. What are the rules for this?
See, I thought that was extremely important, and it is not defined by the poster. So
Okay.
I kind of, my first thought about any kind of eating contest was the pie eating contest from Stand By Me. That was my go-to mental memory of an eating contest, because I don't watch ESPN eating or whatever.
That's like the most disgusting example.
Okay. But the point of that example in my brain was just, you finished eating a pie. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
You finished eating your pie, you ask for another pie, and then they put another pie in front of you, and then you eat that pie. I'm done. Another pie.
No,
That's what happens in the movie.
that's wrong.
That's not how it should happen.
It's all lined up for you, and you just go, because it takes time for them to bring you stuff.
Well, in the Stand By Me situation, they're also doing it with no hands. They're like sticking their face into the pie, so they need a volunteer to dish the new pie.
Okay.
And that's what happens.
Is this a hot dog eating contest?
This was a pie eating contest in the movie.
Okay, that doesn't
So
matter.
this is a hot dog eating contest
Okay,
that
this
they're
is
talking about, and it's structured differently, as I found out by people mocking something I said, and also this video I watched of like a new record being set by Joey something.
There's like a big plate with
yeah.
hot dogs in like a pyramid stack almost. Just however there's
that many?
well, however many that they have, right? And then the contestants themselves usually dip it in water.
There were big cups of water.
and
It was
just
a
swallow.
Nathan's Famous like sponsored event.
Because they don't
Joey Chestnut.
They don't
was the
chew.
guy I was
they
talking
just swallow, right? They just got to get it in.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a conventional human hot dog eating contest, whereas we're talking about outlandish characters. Either way, I was still imagining a situation where you can only have so many hot dogs in front of you at one time, and then you finish those and are given new hot dogs. You're not standing in front of 100 hot dogs at the outset, right?
But that's how it would be. The
Really?
contest. Yeah. For sure.
Really?
Absolutely.
What I was perceiving in the video I watched was like a big long table with like all the eating contestants are lined up on the table, and there was guys standing behind them with like blue hats that were holding plates of hot dogs that they would then put in front of the like contestant as they ran out of their stack.
Sure. So their stack would maybe be 10, say, or whatever.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe it is 10. Maybe it's as high as 10, because that would impact my answer. Like in my mental scenario, it was like at my first thought was just one hot dog at a time, which would be too slow.
Yeah, too slow.
So then what I thought I saw was like half a dozen or so being served out in stacks of like three crisscrossed on top, put in front as they run out of hot dogs.
Right.
But again, these are humans eating, so they're much slower than any of these contestants, I think.
Totally. Yeah.
But okay. So what? You might have a better understanding of how a hot dog contest is run.
Okay.
So you're saying there's like big stacks,
Yeah.
like 10 hot dogs.
Minimum 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, given that scenario
It changes this completely.
and understanding, who do you think is the front runner?
Kirby.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because he breathes.
He does.
He just has to breathe.
He does. Would he be, my thing was like, would he be refreshed with new dogs during the same inhale? Or would they have to wait for a closed mouth swallow and then new hot dogs are provided?
Okay. That changes that answer, though.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm looking up a picture from a hot dog eating contest to show you what I...
See, again, all I had was it was a poll, like it's just choose your answer, and I thought for like a second and chose my answer. Wow, wait, but is this after, like is this a publicity photo after the event? Sorry, we're looking at a gentleman with like 50 hot dogs in a big ring in front of him, or perhaps the total number that he did eat successfully.
It's hard to see, but there's like a few plates stacked on each other full of hot dogs there. So maybe somebody removes a plate when it's empty rather than bring it forward. Either way, they're mostly all present.
Okay. Where are these hat guys?
I think they're the
there's
officials.
like a green hat dude.
Yeah, please.
Just the number up here.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. No problem.
Awesome.
So much.
Thank you.
Is this mine? Okay.
That one's yours, yeah.
Here, sorry, I'm just gonna scrub through more here.
Yeah, no worries.
I think this is all coverage of the same event in 2016.
Is there any chance I could get one more fill? Yes, please.
No problem at all. I'll come by in a set, okay?
Yeah, no problem. Thank
need
you.
a copy?
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Very much. You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, there's like referees or something with yellow hats.
That might be what it is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's kind of weird how official it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need one more drink also?
No, I'll be okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But yeah, for the most part,
Okay.
they do have like either one big plate or multiple. Like they have access to the thing they're going to be eating in case they want to like double fist them down or whatever.
Okay. Because, it really just seemed to me like, depending how, like, what your access to hot dogs is in the contest, that's who wins. Is like,
Sure.
like, if they're in a big straight line, Pac-Man wins. If they're in a giant pile, Kirby wins. If they're dished out sequentially, I felt Yoshi had a real shot. Because he's really fast with the tongue and swallowing. But there's no, like, start-stop time with the inhale.
But I think either way,
Yeah,
the fact that there's a physical object coming out, grabbing, and then going back in.
that's slower. No, I'm okay. Then Kirby?
Thank you. Yeah, then just going.
I don't feel his inhale, like my perception of his inhale was like there's a big wind-up moment for him. And if you have a giant pile, that's fine because his capacity is untold.
Sure.
But if it's like 6 hot dogs or 10 hot dogs, that's all he can do in like a couple seconds.
But if you're playing the game, as soon as you push it, he starts. And because a hot dog is in front of him and doesn't need a lot of pressure, I think he could just go like.
And that's enough for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're right, in the thing, sometimes he needs to like really charge up.
Yeah.
But he's also pulling like
A
big
dude as
sheepdog
big
thing.
as himself.
Yeah.
I guess there's also like, what is his power absorption? Like, does that affect inanimate stuff? Or does he, it's like, because I was thinking about like the food items in Smash are just like there and he can eat them and it's fine. It's not like he turns into a tomato.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, he has food items in his games too.
And he doesn't turn into a cake or whatever. He
just
only
eats it.
absorbs like ninja powers from the ninja guy he ate.
Right.
Right? Like
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, I'm getting all sausagey and ketchupy, like whoa.
But when
Yeah.
he does swallow a big like block or something,
Yeah.
he has to spit it out with force, so it's a weapon.
Okay. So what after each eat, does
after
he
how many-
actually eat it?
Well, after how many hot dogs does it congeal into this weird like gooey like plasma ball that he
Right,
has
right.
to spit out?
These were things I was sort of considering after I'd answered. I was like, no. This is why my brain quickly snapped to my answer, which was Yoshi.
Okay.
Because I've never seen Pac-Man eating stationary, and he doesn't have arms.
Right.
So that bothered me.
He's easily the one that would probably not win, period.
I felt that was the case, but then there was an alternative scenario I thought about last night when I was revisiting this topic in my brain. If he was like about the size of the plate and is maneuvered like he is in the classic games, all he has to do is kind of crisscross back and forth over the eating station, and he's instantaneously consuming everything that's there. So he's pretty fast,
Okay.
you know?
So the way that this has to be set up
Yeah.
is that all of the hot dogs that are available for all contestants have to be in front of Kirby. they have to be doled out specifically, like maybe with a machine that after like a chunk of them are gone, another one comes for Yoshi.
Okay.
And they're put in a giant line for Pac-Man.
So you set up each contestant so they have their ideal
Yeah.
situation? Okay.
In which case, Kirby.
Right,
I
because
still
it would, I think, okay, because he's essentially just a black hole
Right.
that just, if
yeah.
you put 1,000 hot dogs in front of him
It's
and
gone.
he inhales, he gets all of them.
Yeah.
If it's a timed event and they can replenish that, Kirby would win.
But this is the rule here.
Right.
This is where we need a ruling.
Yeah,
Does it have to say down? Because after all that, I bet he has to spit it back out as a
and it
plasma
turns into
ball.
a star or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Because
which
then
case-
is that a disqualification?
Totally, right? It would be.
Maybe. The power dispelling thing was also a thing I thought might slow him down. The Yoshi factor I thought about was the Super Mario World rules. After
egg.
like 10 things, he has to
Lay an egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would slow him down. And then Pac-Man's thing was just like, I've never seen him not pursued by ghosts. So it's more like, does he have 5 minutes to sit still and be in this contest at all? Or does he have to get out of there because
So-
4 hitmen are coming for him?
What was said to you that tilted you?
To which contestant?
No, you. You said something was said about your answer.
Oh, right.
That
It
got
was
you.
more just like, my initial observation was much like the Stand By Me contest, where you finish one like unit of food and then need to ask for a second one.
Yeah.
In which case I thought Kirby's clear advantage was ruined because he has to inhale one at a time, and I felt like his inhale animation is longer than Yoshi's like tongue animation from Super Mario World.
Okay.
Like, I was really just thinking about like my first introduction to any of these characters as the
Stand By Me.
version that's in it.
Okay.
So it's not like, but then I realized like long after the fact, all 3 of these characters are in Smash games. Like they're all in like Wii U, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, are those versions the ones participating in the contest? Because then Kirby would win. But I'm so used to the like, you press B, that tongue is there, it's grabbed an apple the size of his head, he's eaten it, and move on to the next thing.
There's something to be said that if you hold it to in that game and it's something he can eat, like a berry in the background,
Yeah.
you can just run by it and he'll eat it as
And he'll
you're
just
running.
gulp immediately,
So-
yeah. And there's a clear swallow animation stuff too, so there's none of these like, is
Yeah.
Kirby eating or is he just absorbing?
Yeah.
Like, is he actually doing it? And then like Pac-Man's relative size to the pellets was the thing for me, because it's so tiny. That's just like, oh yeah, of course he can eat like 1 million pieces of popcorn, but they're small. Like, it's not a volume of food. And I was getting really hung up on stuff too, just like, is there like a significant interim between each level of Pac-Man? Like, is it a couple days later? Like, I don't know what his capacity is. But then I wasn't thinking about Championship Edition or any of that stuff when I was
those are
initially thinking about
non-canon.
this. Those are spin-offs, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even real.
Right.
I don't know. Just once I clicked the poll, it was like no percent chose Yoshi.
Just you.
It was like 70 some people had replied, and like Kirby was the clear majority at like 67%. Pac-Man had 30% and Yoshi had 3%.
Oh, man.
And then there were immediately people in the thread just being like, yeah, whoever's choosing Yoshi just not paying attention. I was like, no, listen. So I got really caught up in it. And then, yeah, the thing I got like decried about was basically laying out the one dish at a time rule that I perceived
Right.
from like Stand
Okay.
By Me and this video. Whereas people are like, no, dude, anyone who spends serious time watching like eating events.
Why would you spend
This is
serious
not,
time?
this was actually not, I'm mischaracterizing how this guy said it, because like, I find eating contests disgusting, but even I know that there's a big pile of stuff in front of them or
Yeah,
whatever. And I was just
it's
like,
true.
okay,
Yeah.
well, I screwed up then.
Well,
So, okay, if it was like, who would win the Nathan's Famous contest as currently managed, probably Kirby then.
okay. So you're
I needed
part of
more
it.
rules.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.